Hello friends, welcome to our channel Tech on Target. Uh, this is the second video of Loki Grafana series. In first series, we have seen how we can install and configure Grafana and watch it, how we can access the logs, how we can configure the Loki Grafana plus its agent PromQL. You can find this video in Hindi language, plus I'm uploading this video in English language now. Both the videos of Hindi are already available, so if you like this my effort, please comment and like this video to appreciate our work so that we can continue and give more valuable product. So if we remind what we have configured a Loki data source in our Grafana dashboard. Through that we have seen how logs are coming, and if you we can use the variables there, and like in the job or file name we have the in the job you will see the labels which you have attached or you have mentioned in your PromQL configuration, and in your files system you can file you can run the all files logs, or you can mention the you can just mention the particular files. So just remembering the last thing, that's our dashboard, little dashboard graph like from here we can change the time like 12 hour, 24 hour, whatever the frequency you want to see. It's just exploring section only. Later on we will create our own graph. We can create the graph from the provided by the Grafana organization, but we can create our own graph. In this video we will see how we can create our dashboard, custom dashboard on Grafana. So can select here file name as well, what I'm saying, and we can select the different files over there, and what logs are we coming, what are the values we are getting on that, what are the different fields, and what is the syntax, or what is the main, how they are flowing, that. So let's start for the today video. You can see that we have a unique like template is coming. First we have date, then we have name of the agent and its ID, then message, then short form, its label, some messages are attached with it, some terms like errors, timeout, others are there. On basis of that we will create our graph. So let's me to go to browse. In the browse section, currently we don't have any graph, so we will create a new dashboard. We will give dashboard name as per our understanding, as per our company use case. If we have different names convention in your organization, you can give it different. We will add a new row or in our panel. So first of all we will create our variables. So let's me to go to the variable. I'm creating variable, so making our dashboard more meaningful, more dynamic. Like we have a number of instances like 5, we can see the value of errors in all the instances by drop down. I'm just giving a label of data source, creating first variable of data source. Like that, if I have this Loki, I have Loki data boards now, but if I have 2 or 3 data sources like Grafana, Prometheus is also there, Loki, one more server is there, then we can shift dynamically at runtime over there. Plus, we will create more variable, as we have to uh, identify from which host it is coming. You first In the first part of video we have seen how we can find the how we can identify that logs are coming from which agent. So there are labels, name, labels, value coming. According to that we will create that value. Like here we have option like job, instance, file name. Nothing is coming in. And in job, yes, in job we have Azure agent plus varlog. If you see, I will tell you, Azure agent is our local system. I have also installed PromQL on my local system, plus varlog is my remote agent, which we have configured in last video. So we have agents reference with the jobs level. We can give the jobs level instance at we can say at our configuration file of the agent for proper naming convention, so that anybody like you can easily understand what is going on, why we are putting this thing. And we just save our variables. Variables are like here to make our environment dynamic and more easy for user, as most of our NOC engineer who do monitoring, they are easy for them if graphs are very good. And we have configured that. If we configure one more data source, you will find it here. And if you add more agents, you will see there. No need to do much configuration over here. So now we are going to add our first panel. We can select the graph type. Either you want time series, pie chart, stat, gauge. You will select it as you are selecting this as per your data, what kind of value is providing it. So we are doing our filter or running our query on file name. We have a file by a name of syslog. It's not looking here, so we can type it out. We can type it as var log / syslog. I hope there is no communication problem with me. If any communication problem, you can please comment and give your feedback so that we can improve and add value to your learning. So in the table, it's showing proper values. Let's organize this proper manner. I don't need a transparent background, but I need a good title for this panel, like system logs. We can select it. We can give a name like system logs. We can add pagination. Yes, pagination is very good to monitor data. If we have the one more option to to do selection over different columns. Let me check. Column filter, that one I'm talking about. Let's see there are more options available or not. Unit you can change. Call value impact, cell value impact is not much use our. In case we are creating a pie chart or circular chart, we can use these threshold value, or in case of gauge we also use this value. Show table footer, yes, common column filter we have enabled it. Now whenever you have to search anything on that, you will just type it, and value relevant with that will come across here. So I think we are good to go. Not much settings are required for our first panel. I hope after this watching this video you are very familiar with Grafana and you can easily create your graphs. So our first panel is ready. Let's create a second panel. Let's create it. We have seen the logs information, how we can identify the different things there. We can use those things to filter out what we are doing and make the graph more informational or more specific, like finding the error. Let's see how we can do that. Same, we will go to /var log syslog, and we are not going to make the same, but if you see, let's make it variabilized for data source. If we here have option to add code in that, we should have option to add code in that. I think it is somewhat upward. Yeah, that's the field where we can run the code, and here we can run the. So let's add here. We will see how many logs are there where we have the entry for error. If we run this command, yeah, we have now got the entries where we have the error messages or error keyword over there. Yeah, you can see that. So our in that way we can filter out the things between from the data source, from agent logs from where we are getting. So just make the dashboard, enter here the name of the dashboard, the system error logs, and do some modification, like we should give pagination to that, and enable column filter, because these things are very useful while for the monitoring team to filter out. Yes, is adding. Okay, column filter is also added. I think not much things I require to implement over here. So that's how we can create our second filter. So two panels we have created. Let's create one more panel. In that we will use some functions. How we can use function, uh, we will see in this panel. Let me organize. We have organized that, and now we can go to add a new panel. uh, in that panel we will going to use a function like count specific over a specific duration, like host name, file name. File name we can, for simplicity, we work on same file, slash var slash log slash syslog, and we are good to go with that. And we will go to code to make our query, and same we will write here like error. And the last, we have already run this query, but for being the time we are adding something. We are adding time duration for that, for like 1 hour. For 1 hour it will show count. Let me add the function of count here, like it's I think count over time. Let me type over time. So run the query. Okay, we are finding this very useful to trace out in a different, like you want to see in first hour of your day how many errors are there, in middle of noon, and in evening, in night time, when the errors are getting higher. It's very useful to trace out the some miss I think some miscommunication, or where the false rates are increasing, to find that. We can use better graph for that. If we see, it is good, like that stat is good for that, like 8 is coming, gauge is not fitting for it. Table, I don't think table is much helpful. That pie chart is not going to help, so no, it's also not. Let's try back to stat. So it's giving us the count of hour at and let me do edit the name of the panel, and in the time series, yeah, it looks good. Values, gradient mode, width we can increase, like you can see the thickness of the line, or your graph's line is getting increased. You can set it where you like, and capacity you can enhance to make the view more useful, more attractive. It, so that any misconfiguration or alarms are coming, the person who is reading these graphs are get information from that. We don't need to add the threshold on that. Is there any setting we can do? I think we can add threshold if any hour of duration, if 10 is passing, then it will show us the BLO, or if errors count is passing the 20 number digit, it will give us the graph color will become red for that particular sample. So in that way it's more useful, more meaningful. System error logs count per hour. Now we are done with three of our dashboard. So I hope this video is useful to you. You are enjoying this video. Now we are learn how we can make the different graphs. For that we can create in the similar way more graphs, but these some we have used some terms like count over time, how we can mention the timing. You have to know this thing. To know this thing you can prefer Grafana Loki official documentation. LoQL is the query language for the our Loki server, and here you can see the set of operator, comparison operator, binary operator. I have also used this link to get information about how we can get the things like error and how can we count it over time. There are multiple functions of same kind of are available. You just go to and this link, and it's very useful. Just follow. You will get very handy information in 1.5 an hour. I hope this video is very useful to you. Please visit our channel. We have